All right, let's go into match one. And just to refresh, we are doing one of the non-competitive drafts. So we have 3 losses to continue going. I think it's up to 6 or 7 wins. So let's check it out. All right, this is a keep for us. Most definitely. Throughout the Guild Gate, we just really want to draw 1 land by turn 4. I think that is more than reasonable. Hopefully we're not going up against a Boros aggro, because that could give us some trouble. With a somewhat slow start here. Got that 2-2. Alright. So drawing the 2-drop is really excellent for us. They're probably going to discard something that's maybe at the top end that they don't really care about. Let's see. Ooh, the Justice Strike. All right. Another. So, I'm not going to trade off with the Veiled Shade, so I think it might be worth doing another Burglar Rat, honestly, just to get another card out of their hands. Unfortunately, we can't double spell, and this isn't the most mana efficient, but I'm not going to trade off with the Veiled Shade anyways, so. Alright, no crushing of Contraband here. Good, I like my Contraband, so. They're going to swing, maybe? Yeah, so they know we're not going to trade off. And they swing back. But really, I think we want to start going off here with the Murmuring Mystic. That's going to really be excellent for us. And then we can Artful Takedown on the next turn. We'll attack with all, because we're not going to block anyways with those rats. They've done their jobs, basically. We'll jump with them maybe later on in the game. Okay, so a green. All right. That's not great. But that's okay. So we may Muse Drake this turn. Yeah, let's Muse Drake. See what we draw. And then perhaps, I don't really want to deadweight that card because, number one, we might find something better. Right, that was a punt. I should have attacked with those Burglar Rats. My apologies. Okay, this is definitely something. Unfortunately, it just comes back if they attack with 3 or more instants and sorceries. All right, so they're never gonna be able to do that. Okay. So Artful Takedown is not what I want to do here, because I can just deadweight and kill the Phoenix. I'm not particularly concerned about them getting it back. 3 instants or sorceries is kind of a big ask for them. And then now we can drop the Veiled Shade as well. Next turn, we can Artful Takedown this Minotaur if we need to. We'll definitely do the Unicorn instead of the Minotaur, that's for sure. Okay. We'll go ahead and drop a Swamp. And yeah, we'll go ahead and do this pre-combat so we can get in for some extra damage. Tap the Minotaur, destroy the Unicorn, and then we'll get in with everyone except for the Muse Drake. Not entirely sure what they've got in their hands still. They can crack that locket if they're looking for some gas. But I think we're sitting in a pretty good spot. Well, we were sitting in a pretty good spot here. So let's see. How many creatures they have in their graveyard? They have 2. So this becomes a 4/3 with Vigilance. Okay. We need to draw some things. That's for sure. Oh, I didn't realize this was only 2 to pump at 1. I thought it was more than that. We'll take the 4. Hopefully we'll draw into something good. Not a land. It's a gate, so it's close to a land. Let's see. We want to drop the island here. That allows us to pump this 4 times, make it a 6/6, which is obviously a bit unnecessary, but we can offer that as we can hold it up to keep the worm back, possibly. I should have swung with a Drake here. Or I could have, but we can hold the Minotaur back this way. Minotaur can get mentored. Mentoring the Minotaur can happen with this Blade Instructor. So I will certainly block here. I'll pump this twice. It may have some sort of trick, in which case I can pump this again. Guess not. And I could not have pumped it enough to save it either. So Surveil 3, return a creature card. Graveyard to the battlefield. Do we have any good creatures? Yeah, okay. So would it be better to grab control of the Minotaur or bring the Murmuring Mystic back? I think honestly it'd be better to bring back the Mystic. Thank you for reminding me. It is my go. You're right. Okay. Alright, so we'll put the Barrier of Bones in the bottom as well as the swamp. Keep the Discovery there. And we'll take the Mystic. Okay. Are they going to crack the locket soon? I'm not really sure. So we'll definitely chump. Well, it's not really a chump, it's a trade with the Rat and the Blade Instructor. The Minotaur we can hold back with the Mystic. I'm not sure if they would. They have to give +3/+0, which they may have access to with a Sure Strike. They passed, so. Alright, so we can. Yes, so let's swing with the Drake, and then we will dispersal on their turn based on what they may draw. Because I want them to draw something, hopefully trip them up a little bit. But they're probably maybe sandbagging a land though, because they have been keeping this card in for a while. Possibly not. Sort of removal. They're looking at the Mystic. Maybe not. The Pack Beast. Okay. Alright. I guess I should have done dispersal before this happened. Yeah, I should have done Pack Beast dispersal before that happened, such that the Mentor goes away. But I mean, I'm going to trade off with the Mentor anyways. I'll take 3 points of damage of the attack. Definitely trade off this Rat, the Blade Instructor. I'm not sure if they'll attack though. That is surprising, actually. So let's separate strands here. Get rid of the Minotaur. Sack the rats. Get another burb. Got birds and drakes. Kinds of sweet stuff. And then I am okay attacking with everything besides the Mystic. Even the Mystic's okay, actually, because they've got nothing in hand, so they're just going to be taking it. Trade with the rat, maybe? Okay. So we have a haste creature that can come at us for 7, maybe. If they have the barging sergeant, that could be something that could be a problem. But even still, I mean, we certainly don't have lethal on board. But something to keep in mind. We may have to play a little more conservatively, but I think we're sitting kind of pretty. They're thinking about whether or not to crack the locket, it seems like. So they're kind of grasping. Maybe not. Okay, so we can chump this for quite some time, and that's not an issue. Okay, so the Notion Rain is great for us here. Another bird. We don't really need the Pass Wall Adept because we have the ability to get 3 damage with these flyers anyways. So I think we're going to get rid of this. Keep the Disinformation Campaign. Probably draw a land in addition to it. Okay. So let's... Let's go ahead and Disinformation Campaign now. We draw a land, so we can play the Dimir Informant as well. Great. Drop that. Okay, Surveil R2. Let's put the... yeah, I'll put the agent first. Okay. Alright, so we'll swing the burbs. And we will leave a rat back to chump the Colossus, and the Dimir Informant can kill the Blade Instructor. Yeah, so we have lethal next turn with just the flyers. Just a matter of what they do. They may just concede here unless they have some sort of answer. I mean, maybe the Pass Wall Adept, keeping that would have been a better backup plan for the possibility of losing one of these Mystics. Because we're not going to, I mean, for the next 2 turns, we're not going to be getting some sort of instant or sorcery in order to go off with the birds again. So we're pretty weak to getting removed. It's not my go. It's your go, my friend. Yeah, the emotes on here are quite limited, so I can tell them hello. I like to actually go hello, like hello. You know, I just think about the ways in which you can use these for other utility. So I'm not sure what's going on here. Some sort of connection timeout, perhaps. They can create a token this turn to gain life with, but that is not gonna be enough for them. Okay. But they are... okay. It's quite the efficient play there. Alright, so they are dead. We will block here and here. Just because. And they're dead. GG's team. Send the burbs in. Yeah, the drakes. Alright, so I think that deck was fairly underpowered, or they just had bad draws. They did draw a lot of lands, but they didn't seem to be particularly good. So I think this deck is the one deck that we have is fairly weak, but we have strength in numbers, right? Look at that. Overwhelm your opponent with a massive army. Strike with powerful combat spells to turn the tides in your favor. Cool. Sounds fun. I've actually found that these pre-constructed decks are actually okay and kind of fun to play with. It is just slightly annoying in the mandatory tutorial slash beginning games you have to play, and you just get absolutely crushed by decks that are not just the basic standard decks, the basic constructed decks. That becomes a little heartbreaking, but you get through it. You get to play fun drafts that are against bots, so that's always enjoyable. All right, Holland. Let's go to the Netherlands. Okay, this is definitely a keep for us. It's a little slower, but we have some time. Based on what we'll do, we may Passable Adept before we Burglar Rats, based on what the opponent plays out. But we will go ahead and keep this and hope to draw into some more of our power. Yeah, I think what this deck is, okay, it looks like we're having the Dimir match. Right? So we got our second island, which is going to help us with the sabotage. And we may want to hold back the Informant such that we can counter their 4-drop spell. Alright, so let's... yeah, let's Burglar Rat. Probably... let's see, drop a land. Oh, the Darkblade Agent, alright. I always try to think about what their discard tells us. I mean, are they... do they have another one, perhaps? Disinformation campaign, okay. Yeah, so I just always wonder, maybe they have another thing like that. Let's drop... let's drop the Passable Adept, that's fine. But this disinformation campaign will certainly present some problems for us. But let's hold back our 3-drops so that we can counter their 4-drop. Hopefully get some sweet value. This card is just absolutely bonkers. It just gives them so much card advantage. It's super annoying. It's never what you want to see. That's a negatory, my friends. Yeah, we can keep the Plague Crafter. That would be nice for us. Get rid of whatever it is they drop down eventually. Maybe a Dimir Spybug or something like that. Though they would have probably played that prior. We definitely want to get rid of the Night Strike. That is going to continue to enable this disinformation campaign. So let us do that. Good. That was well worth it. Hopefully we can touch a land next, or grab a land next, so we can recover. We can cover something up deviously. That'd be nice. But we certainly want to drop the Mystic first, so that we can start getting some birds off of it. They are probably waiting to do something for us, most likely. So let's just swing with this 3-drop. They may flash in that 3/2. That seems pretty likely. Yeah. So they surveil, they bring back this information campaign. This becomes difficult to think about what we are going to discard for them. I mean, I would like to still surveil too, so we can make sure we get this land. But I guess we would get rid of the Deadweight. Yeah, because we really want to make sure we hit this land. We don't stumble on this. Ah, good. So we'll put one of those down, and we'll drop the Deadweight if they play it this turn. Yeah. Try Deadweight. It'd be really nice to hold up the land whenever they bring in the disinformation to bring into their hands so that we can counter it. Near Spybug, maybe? enhanced surveillance. They are trying to surveil as much as possible. Their surveilling is unsurpassed. All right. Now, this is interesting to think about whether or not it's worth. All right, so if we play the Murray Mystic, we want to hold up the Devious cover-up, then we have to wait. Then we'll be dropping, basically, either the Devious cover-up or the Deadly Visit in response to their spell. We're not in any particular pressure right now, so let's just swing and see if we can get it out of their hand. They're going to be on possibly 6 lands next turn, so this is a little risky, but I think that they just have the potential to continue to go off. So I want to try to insulate ourselves against that a little bit. So I'm not particularly. If we let this fly, then they can't pick up that. Yeah. All right. This isn't something particularly scary to grab, but I do think it's useful because it doesn't allow them to pull up this disinformation campaign, and it possibly prevents them from double spelling. So let's do that. If they have a land, then yeah, so they would have been able to play it the second time. So maybe we should have let that happen so we can get rid of the disinformation campaign. And they held that land back precisely so that we could, so that they could play it again. They didn't want to give us that information, which makes sense, and that's actually really smart. So we are going to swing, cast Murray Mystic, hold this land back so that we can discard it. They will probably have some other method of surveilling that they'll be able to get the disinformation campaign. Oh my. Oh my. That is good that we will be able to, yeah, that we're going to be able to kill that this turn. That is excellent for us. This card is absolutely insane. Especially with going off with disinformation campaign, it's just out of control. They may pay 2 life right now, yeah, to be able to get it back free basically. And we're happy to drop this Veiled Shade in exchange for this Doom Whisperer. Yeah. So we'll get a bird, we'll swing for 2, and then we've got a lot of outs. Oh, but they're actually going to be surveilling 4 because of enhanced surveillance. Okay. And now we get to surveil too, so let's see what we get. Any lands basically are going to the bottom. I don't know what they have as far as creature wise. We have the Informant we could get rid of. I think that that's reasonable to keep both of these up. Though I will keep the Deadweight first. I don't actually know which one's better. Oh, definitely the Sorcery, so we can play that. Get another bird if they play a creature, though it's not clear that they will. Get our 2 points in. This information campaign asks, we'll get rid of the Shade. Let's see what they do. Okay. Goodbye, Shade. Yeah, it's a real bummer they don't have a creature here. There's nothing that they could flash in with enough power. So yeah, we're going to lose the Severed Strands, unfortunately, if they can bounce this back, because they certainly have enough land to play it in addition to another spell. But that's okay, because they're on a our Severed Strands. And though we can still attack into the Whisper Agent with these 1/5s, 1/5 and 1/4. You're thinking real hard about this Surveil, so let's be okay. I don't know why it's hard to think about that island, but maybe there's some connection issues here. They're gonna drop it again. There's the Severed Strands. They pick up another card. Yeah, that's what I mean about this card. It just continues to go off and off and off and off. It's actually, so LR talks about the Groan Test. This card is absolutely in my contention, or in my opinion, an extreme Groan Test. Right, so we're drawing the dead weight. Drop it on the agent. Not that it matters, but it gets us back to our 4-turn clock with them. Are they gonna remove something? No, I didn't think so. It's not. The Mystic, just because it murmurs doesn't mean it's legendary. That would really be the only way that they could, for 2 mana, instant speed kill something. As far as I could be wrong. Okay, so they can bounce it. That's certainly something. Oh no! Wow. All right, so that's pretty cool. So they're bouncing and surveilling it. They get a turn. It's annoying, but smart, because now they're going to drop Disinformation Campaign and make me discard it. That's fine. This game is pretty grindy. I don't really see any way that they're going to be able to win necessarily, unless they get like a Nightveil Predator out and just completely fuck us up. Speak of the devil. How about that? Okay, so let's surveil. Basically, any lands going down. A Plague Crafter would be really nice because they would have to sacrifice it, and that's not a targeting ability. That's really about it. So they're just going to wait us out, essentially, I think. They would kill us in 7 turns. We kill them in 4. Oh, wow. 2 of them? Seems a little excessive. Huh. They must have another one? Or some other blockers? Okay, I'm not really quite sure why they would attack in such a way. Maybe they'll flash in the dude to surveil. I can imagine. Okay. We're just gonna go ahead and play this out because we do not want to just get it discarded. I mean, they can counter it. Feel fine. They're absolutely free. Okay. So maybe I should have thought about Sinister Sabotage, being able to allow them to surveil to draw 2 cards, just not playing that wall out. Maybe I should have considered that, actually. Is the Plague Crafter still in the library? Or in the... No, so it's in my library because I put it back for you guys cover up. Alright, so now at this stage, they will... they still... I mean, if they keep attacking the Nightveil Predator... Alright, so they're going to win this then. Yeah, these grindy... Yeah, our deck does not have the power to grind with a deck like this. They are at 9 cards, so they need to limit their drawing, for sure, but we will definitely die before that happens. So we can try and attack with the Dimir Informant, see if we can push some stuff through. But I suspect they'll just block. Yeah. So, that's fine. I'm going to go and play the island just because... Yeah, so they need to be a little... maybe they'll deck themselves without realizing it, though I think they will probably kill us before then. Yeah, so it's not looking great for us. Even a Plague Crafter at this point is not going to work in our favor, because they'll just sack the Phantasm or something. Okay, Notion Rain is going to help us in some sense, but it also takes away... well, it doesn't really change the play that much, because it puts us down one more turn, but we're not going to win this unless we draw some gas. So I mentioned the Plague Crafter. At this stage, he is not going to help us. So, yeah, so Nightveil Predator, we can't Dispersal, but maybe they'll play out their 2 cards, and then we'll get a chance to Dispersal and make them draw it. Or make them discard it, I guess. It's possible, but yeah, that's gotta go. So this person's gonna buy us some time, but it's not gonna be enough. If they play out their last 2 cards in hand, that works out extremely well for us, but I suspect they're sandbagging some lands. Yeah, there. All right, let's we'll wait until their turn. Let's see if they play out whatever it is they have that could help us whenever the attack happens. Shuffle graveyard into library. I did not know that happened. Okay, that makes sense. All right, so decking is not going to happen. Good to know. All right, so we'll disperse for now. They'll drop a land, most likely. They've been holding. Yeah. Play it again. Okay, Darkblade Agent is not going to do it for us. So, if we thought about, back early game, decision trees, would the pass wall adept really have... Okay. All right, that's a bit excessive, I think. So yeah, they've obviously got a ton of power. We saw the last deck as well has this card, and it's just absurd. Or was it? What was this round? Yeah, it was this round. The last deck was some sort of Naya mixture. This is just... There's nothing we can do. The Nightveil Predator is just absurd. And we just don't have that sort of late game grind, despite the fact that we're playing Premier Colors.
concede this. I don't feel like watching them jack off.